All right, so what you want to do is start off with the warmer, going through and disinfecting, dusting, getting everything from the top down so that you don't have to sweep, at the same time, or you don't have to sweep and then have to go back and sweep. So I want to focus on dusting. These little quats get very dirty, so going in, cleaning that off of hair, making sure that those are all clean brushes, no hair inside of those brushes. Nothing should. So now we're going to go through, disinfect the warmer, make sure that all the correct supplies are in there for the next shift. Now going in and just finalizing, sweeping everything that you just dusted to make sure it's nice and clean. We want to remember that at this station, there's a lot of little hair bunnies that go back there, so making sure you get that nice and tidy underneath there. I like to continue with going in a circle of the salon. I know it's really small, but it helps us out. Making sure we disinfect these dryers, going inside the hood, underneath it, making sure there's no hair on the chair, dusting off those shelves, because again, those are areas that get pretty dirty. We do have our gel station there now, so making sure the plug is there, but make sure that all of that is dusted. So going in, continuously going in and dusting off the shelves is important because again, it gets a lot of hair. If you're the night shift, make sure you're turning that off, as well as if you're morning shift, turning it on, because we want to save as much as we can. If you can fill it up, that'd be awesome, so that the next shift is easy accessible. One thing we want to focus here is making sure we're getting in between there, but also noticing retail to make sure we are stocked, fully stocked. Next is using Clorox. If there's any color stains on here, this is very vital to do only at the night shift. You don't want to utilize this while clients are in there. Using the Clorox and disinfecting, looking at spots that again you might not see, but when we see it in the video, we spot it. Looking at the floor underneath here, just checking in spots that might not be noticeable to the eye, and maybe clients can't see that while they're sitting there. So we want to go through, clean that off, make sure you go into the sink. Nothing should be left behind on when you are closing that shift. So all brushes need to be put away. If that's a product that needs to be recycled or cleaned, put it back in storage. Making sure you go through the sink too. It's very vital that we check the sink to make sure that there are no hairs, no debris, and this is how the final product should look. Cleaning inside the drape in the cabinets, because that's where color gets. This gets dusty. So doing these little things, going through here once a week and just cleaning that off, because again, over time it just gets really, really dirty. So going and setting that up, this is how the night shift should leave. So when we come in on a Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning, we should all have it nice and tidy. Double check to see if there's any hair. We will not want to get fined through state board, so going in with the dry towel and just cleaning that off. Double checking your trash can, that gets pretty gnarly as well, so cleaning that off. Looking at the borders, I'm really detailed on that stuff. Again, clients might see some of those things, so we want to be very mindful with that. Now going into the actual disinfecting, I know we all know how to do this, but this is gruesome and we don't notice that. So every night shift will be responsible for shampoo bowls. Again, sometimes I say just sit in that chair for a second when you're done with your shift and see what clients see. Pulling these things out, you can see on these sides it was pretty gnarly how dirty it was. Again, there's 5 of us constantly working, so at night shifts this is really, really important for us to go through and clean at least 3 times a week. So getting through there, getting that nitty gritty. Obviously, if you're a mid shift, you're not going to be doing this because clients are there. But if you are a night shift, this is definitely something you can do. And going through, cleaning up the bowls, doing it the same that you did on there. We were analyzing how dirty it really was in there. So going through, maybe using a little bit of Clorox, some soap, just to get some of that out. Since the shampoos are so readily towards the clients, I would definitely want us to continuously clean those at the night shift. You can tell that it doesn't take long just to wipe it down. The microfiber towels are very good for that. So continuously doing that. Again, go to the next bowl and double check. Going through here in those creases is where hair can be so easily stuck. So going through, disinfecting that with our Quat spray and utilizing our microfiber towel. This one gets gnarly as well, so I use a paper towel to get those off, just cleaning those bottom things off. Again, if we're doing this every night, it shouldn't get too built up, but now we're having systems in place, so this is going to work. Going through that and doing the same on the other side. Now heading over to the coffee bar, I was just showing Madeline that there's this bottom quat that we need to make sure we're disinfecting as well. So going over to the coffee bar, make sure you take this part out because again, it gets pretty gnarly. So cleaning that off, going in and disinfecting those parts, going in that back of that window as well and just cleaning that back area is really important. I didn't show that in this video, but it's really important because again, this is where our clients are eating. So going and dusting, sometimes the refrigerator seems to be leaking. I don't understand why, so just make sure that that's nice and clean. What we want to do is make sure clients aren't leaving any of these things, putting all your trays away, making sure you Windex that, clean that, make sure we're storing all of our products away. Cleaning, again, clients always put their foot there, so making sure you guys clean that up after them. Coming in with a final sweep, so going underneath here, sweeping underneath, making sure that every chair when you're closing, the pump up bar is at the back so that it makes it super easy. One thing I want to make sure, because Beverly is sitting in that corner, I want us to move all the hair to the far left so when she comes in she doesn't feel overwhelmed with that, and keeping the trays backed away with the dryer on that side. One thing to notice on these chairs is that they recline, so hair gets so easily stuck in there, so make sure you're going in and cleaning that off as well, going in between the crevices, cleaning all that up, and doing the same with both of those. Going through here, dusting those off, cleaning that off, making sure that that's nice and clean, tucking that. Again, it's white in a salon, so being as clean as possible. This is where I would love to store all the color chairs, making sure there's a consultation chair next to your client's chair, having all the trays, all the pump ups to be in that back, having your AVEs there, and just doing a full thorough blow dry is what I do at the end of the night. Is I will go in and blow out the hair, and I will make sure I'm using the broom for all of that, and you will mop the rest of the floors, and you will actually just head out and lock up the doors. Thank you for listening.